Yo, what's good, Arcaders? My name is OK Wasabi, but I'm not alone. I'm joined by
Sibumbanza,
aka Sibumbanza, Mr. Fresh Fade No Mbandla.
Nothing.
Welcome back to another video where we try to justify how we haven't been on this channel for many months and we'll try to post more, but you probably don't believe it.
They don't.
A lot of you didn't even click on this video.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll surprise you. Maybe there's another video next week.
Maybe.
It's Arcade Update,
Yeah.
where we discuss some of the news that interested us this past week.
Yeah.
This past week. There's so much that we've already missed in 2022.
Yeah.
The year's only begun, but there's so many stories that we can't even speak about.
We can't even, it's over. It's too
over
late.
now.
Yeah,
It's old
too
news
late.
and stuff like Microsoft purchasing what is it?
Activision,
Yes.
yeah.
Sony already purchasing Bungie too.
Yeah.
And there's so much that happened already.
We didn't even talk about Spider-Man.
We didn't even talk.
It's fine.
It's fine.
So the first thing that I want to talk about is something that I actually saw from you, and that is that FIFA 22 is on special right now.
Okay,
It's on
yes.
special on Xbox, on special on PlayStation, Xbox 250. I think PlayStation's also 250
Yes,
if I'm
yes,
not
yes,
wrong.
yes. PlayStation 4.
PlayStation
For some
4.
reason, it's 500 and something for PlayStation 5.
PlayStation,
But that's still half price. But
It's better than
Yeah.
it's better than what it was on launch day. So it's also 320 on Steam.
Yeah.
I was very surprised. I don't know why. I've never thought about this, but I didn't think people played FIFA on PC. I
yeah,
can't imagine. You use your mouse
keyboard
and
and they're probably dangerous. Those people.
I can imagine. People like me, I don't buy on launch day because FIFA's the same game every single year, but I still love it. But now in February, just a couple of months. How much is it off drop? It's like it starts at 1.1 until like 1.5 or something, depending
Yes.
on the edition you get. So
Yes.
it's much cheaper now. Moving on, we're gonna stick to the PlayStation news. Horizon Forbidden West is out. It is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, which came out in 2017. It's exclusively Sony PlayStation. I haven't played it yet, but the reviews that I've seen, people said the first one is amazing and the second one is even better. It just came out literally, I think, last week Friday.
Yes.
So check that out if you're into a new PlayStation game. Something else that I'm kind of bitter about, guys, that I want to talk about is the Uncharted movie came out. If you don't know Uncharted, it's one of the best game series of all time. I only played it when I was much older, like 2018. I missed out on all those first ones, but I started from the beginning and I played every single one of them. There's a movie that just came out. It's got Tom Holland acting as Nate, right?
Yeah.
And George went to go watch it without me, so so there's that. I had to see on Instagram my fellow arcader went to go watch a gaming movie, a game that I think I played first.
You know what? To my defense, I forgot.
That's true, you did.
I completely forgot. I was like, he told me today. I was like, oh, I just think who's played. I haven't played Uncharted. Any of the Uncharted.
I
games.
played Uncharted. You haven't even.
I haven't played.
I played Uncharted on this YouTube channel.
I just went there for Tom. You know, I'm like, hey, Spider-Man is in a new movie. I have to go watch it. That's the only reason. I was like, oh, I'll just see. But don't fear, we'll probably go to Batman next week.
Yeah. Oh yes, true. But it's fine. I'll go watch Uncharted, and then I think what will be cool is if we come back and we do like a whole review for
Exactly,
gamers.
that'll be dope.
Because you've got the experience of just watching as a movie fan,
Yes.
and I know what happened in the game, so it should be interesting to see what the content is.
Exactly.
The last thing I want to talk about, which I think is pretty cool, is I saw this article that was talking about the rise of gaming in Africa, and apparently South Africa is leading the way. I'm going to read it here quick. A 2021 study commissioned by Newzoo, a games analytics company, and Carry First, a South African gaming platform, shows the number of gamers in sub-Saharan Africa currently stands at 186 million people, an increase from 77 million in 2015. With 24 million gamers, South Africa currently stands as the country with the largest video game market in Africa, having 40% of the population playing video games. With this, the video game market is gradually creeping in to overtake the market in movies and music in the country. Can you imagine? Gaming taking over movies in this country. George would have a meltdown.
Yes.
George loves games, but he wouldn't allow that. But I thought that was pretty cool. That's pretty exciting for South Africans. Yeah.
It's pretty much locked down and stuff like that.
True.
But yeah, it's incredible. It's
Yeah.
incredible. And here's the thing, so that's wild. Is that this number is 186 million, eh?
Sure.
But they still haven't counted the people who play machine.
This is true. The people
With the do you know machine is not 5 up anymore? Biggest shock of my life.
How much is it? No,
it's a rand now.
No
It's a-
way.
If not 2 rand. Machine is not at 50 cent anymore, guys. That's the first sign which we should have seen, which the economy is crashing. The kids are suffering, man.
They are suffering.
The kids are suffering.
Imagine.
What are you playing right now, bro? Just to round out the gaming.
Right now, what I'm playing is, I downloaded FIFA 22.
Yeah.
And I've been playing that career mode.
Sure.
I'm playing Valorant and Apex, man. I stick to my games, guys,
Apex.
but I am going to buy Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip the first one. It's too late. It was like 2017. I'm good. What are you playing?
Right now, see, I'm playing maybe one top 10 games of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be top 5. Sifu.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, Sifu is. I literally downloaded it yesterday, so I'm not
Sure.
far. But
how much is it? Do you remember?
It's 7.
Okay.
Yeah, 7. The mechanics, the fighting Sifu.
Yeah.
Right up my alley. That game.
Yeah, you like those games when people are facing each other.
But this guy is literally Sibu fighting people through a hood.
Yeah.
So he goes through
That's
rooms,
pretty cool.
streets, and he fights people. Every time you die,
Yeah.
you come back as an older person. But it's time for the tech news now, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting things have been happening. So Apple is reportedly hosting an event on March the 8th.
Okay.
March 8th, it was like 2 weeks away, Nassim?
Yeah, it's literally
2 weeks away.
weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the first event. So since lockdown, Apple has been like doing multiple events.
Sure.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the first out of 3 maybe. And apparently there's a rumor that this year Apple will drop the most products that they have ever dropped before. So there's going to be like 3 Macs this year. There's going to be like 4 or 5 phones. There's going to be so many things that Apple is dropping ever.
Where do they think we're getting this money from?
Hey, dog.
That's my question.
We'll see like iPads and stuff like that. So Apple is dropping so many products this year, more than they ever have. And the ball starts rolling in 2 weeks, March 8th. And they're dropping a new iPad, iPad Air, and they're also dropping a new iPhone SE. The SE is the budget iPhone.
Yeah.
It looks like it's gonna look exactly the same.
Sure.
All they're changing literally is a bit of a better camera, an A15 chip, and 5G.
How much do you rate that the SE is?
It's going to be 10, probably.
Imagine that's
10 or 9,
budget,
yeah.
guys. That's
budget. Yeah.
That's what we call budget nowadays. A 10,000 rand.
It's going to be a 10,000 rand phone, and and then I'm hoping, fingers crossed, for a Mac Mini.
Nice. Okay,
Yes, because I want to get a Mac Mini for my desktop. So they might drop that with the M1 Pro and M1 Max chips inside.
Do you know I've been wanting to do like a Mac Mini video?
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people don't know it exists. It's the cheaper, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a video.
I think
we'll
that's
make a video about
almost the cheapest way to enter the Mac
ecosystem
via computers. So that's happening probably March 8th. It's not confirmed yet, but AMA leaks these days are ridiculous.
Yeah, they
whether
know.
It's tech, whether it's movies, everything gets leaked these days. So I'm excited for that event. So the South African government, guys, the people who always deliver, never break any promise, they are promising 10 gigs free data for every South African household. So everyone in South Africa is going to get 10 gigs because the government is saying data has become a priority, and I understand that. Like to apply for jobs, you need data. You to do homework, you need data. To do so many things, you need data. So they wanna promise 10 gigs, and I'm not sure how they're gonna do this or if they're gonna even deliver. And you know how people are bridge? Okay,
yeah.
I'm thinking, are they gonna bridge the internet now? Some houses are gonna get 50 gigs. So it's kind of interesting.
And it's funny that you say that some houses might get 50 gigs. So I'm thinking there's a couple of scenarios that might happen. One, nothing's going to happen. This is not going to happen at all, which I think is the most likely.
Most probably. Yeah.
2, it's going to happen, but it won't be for like everyone who's supposed to get it. So like some houses will get it, some houses won't.
Yes.
Best case scenario, it does happen,
and
that even booms like our creator economy. Can you imagine if every house had 10 gigs to watch our videos?
Ooh, that'd be amazing.
That if this happens, which it won't, but if it happens, that could literally change our lives. Like that headline could change our lives completely.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. See, every household has 10 gig. So as much as you're watching TV, now you also have the option to watch YouTube because a few houses have smart TVs and stuff like that, so they can, even phones can access YouTube. So that might boom South African YouTube, eh?
It's like genuinely, I don't know, like obviously what necessarily they were looking for, like like if it's just for like homework or what, but genuinely, I think for internet creators, more people will have access to watch us, and thus we'll be making more money.
And then my final story, Sibu, is everyone on Twitter actually is losing their minds. So let me read the title. It says, DSTV cracks down on streaming pirates and password sharing. So MultiChoice has announced that from 22 March, literally in a couple of weeks, DSTV subscribers will be limited to streaming on one device at a time. So they don't want you sharing your password, basically.
Yeah, they don't want tenants. And
exactly, they don't want you sharing your password. But here's the thing, we will not limit the number of people using a login. However, we are limiting the number of people who can stream at the same time. So it's not that bad.
George, it's that bad. It's so weird for me that this is happening because every streaming platform has that problem. Every single one. And you're telling me all the Disney, Netflix, Showmax, HBO, all of these guys have that problem. But DSTV is going to be the first to decide no, only on one. There's no way, guys.
Because Netflix has been trying to figure out
how to do
stop, it. Yeah, password sharing. Because me, I'm a Netflix landlord.
Sure.
So I know my family that watches. Sometimes Sasha watches at her place. Now imagine if my family is watching, Sasha can't watch. Ooh, that's actually.
But it's also like, okay, it's one thing to say, we really would like you guys to not share your passwords. It's another thing to say only one. Only if your kid has the iPad in the house, they're the only person. At least two. I think two is fair. Because this is a problem that, like George said, Netflix and other places, like if they have thought about it and they have gone, actually cracking down on the number of devices is not the way to go. I'm really wondering what the thought is behind DSTV saying, you know what, this is the way to go for us. What's the culture difference? But we'll see. You guys let us know in the comments below. Do you think that this is a good idea from DSTV? Are they going to lose customers, or is this just going to help them, unlike the way it would have helped like bigger streaming platforms like Netflix and HBO and stuff? All right, so that's it for this week's episode. We really enjoyed telling you guys the tech and gaming news. We hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys soon with another one.
Next week.
Next week. We promise. Trust it.
Trust me. Peace, guys.